Most welcome. This is Gogi Bruno. Allow me to take you through how best you can take care of your joint, your back pain, prevent back pain, prevent sprains, prevent losing your teeth, losing your nails, losing your hairline, and from losing every part of your joint. So today, I will take this next 30 minutes to share this and prevent joint problems in terms of why don't you support your joint now with the building blocks for your bones so that you don't have to worry about any pain, so that you can concentrate on doing the things that you love. This is about helping your cartilage and also to in terms of sharing for you to have the minerals and also the bone function in terms of bone strength, making sure the aches and the pains are no longer part of your system, preventing atrophy of muscles for you to go climbing and hiking, ensure that your bones are able to provide you with enough blood and white blood cells, because that's where most of your immune system is developed. This bones that you're taking care of now would protect your internal organs in terms of the structure, the skeleton. And just picture it. If you go to a building and you remove the pillars, that is what you're doing every time you're using your joints and you're not replenishing. This is to service every part of your bone so that it's able to improve the storage of calcium. This is where you're storing 99% of your calcium and 85% of your phosphorus. So today we can say, like, if you push a wheelbarrow for a long time, the hinges, it starts making some friction sounds. So for sports people, you need to take care of your bones to prevent erosion and also to make sure that you don't develop narrow or thinning bones that are grinding on the surfaces, giving you pain. So I know 60% out there are already on painkillers. So if you have to depend on a painkiller to have very good health, then we need to have a talk. So overtraining, like I used to play rugby at one point. So I know I used to exercise a lot. To prevent those chronic joint pains or injuries, you have to take proactive ways in terms of prevention. And if you already going menopause, then the low estrogen levels in your system needs to be taken care of so that the absorption of calcium would be a thing that would improve your movement and also to prevent you from going to India or China for hip replacement or maybe for metal to be placed in some part of your body. Erosion takes place. Let's agree with this. So the more the bones are grinding on the bones, that's a major indicator that you need to lubricate your joints. That's the way you lubricate the wheels of your car, or probably you lubricate your wheelbarrow or any other moving parts that you know. So calcium is depleted by phosphorus and physitrine. So if you're taking a lot of brown fiber, then this contributes towards trauma in the long run, because we don't want you to having a fracture. We don't want you to be having a pain here and there. So it's meticulous in terms of taking care of your cartilage, your ligaments, your synovial fluid, making sure that the synovial membranes are taken care of, and the tendons. I know people who from time to time they're experiencing a muscle pull. From time to time they're telling me there's a pain here, there's a discomfort here. So we are helpful in maintaining proper joint function and mobility. In terms of work-related injuries, for most people who you use your health to get your wealth, then you don't remember that while you are productive in your work life, you overused your joints. So it's time now to rebuild the joints. So we are giving you the building blocks. Calcium optimally is utilized for proper balance of magnesium. So if you're taking calcium without magnesium, you're doing it wrong. Allow me to say this. You need calcium that has magnesium that can give you stronger bones. So osteoporosis is a scenario where your bones are lacking the building blocks to make it stronger. So calcium also excites the nerves. So most people tell me, I'm feeling tingling under my feet. So that's now an indicator that you need magnesium to help you with the absorption of calcium. So magnesium deficiency also exposes you to osteoporosis, because calcium and magnesium are very good partners in terms of helping a bone to be strong. Now, magnesium promotes calcium absorption, for that matter. So calcium improves bone density, your hair, your nails, your muscles. 90% of your calcium is in your skeleton. 9% of that calcium is in your blood. 1% of that calcium is in your heart. So for expectant mothers, you share that calcium with your fetus in terms of if you're going through your menstruation, you're losing iron. So 90% of the ladies that we have here are deficient of iron, which now you are losing every time to your menses. Then childbirth also, imagine you're carrying a child for 9 months, then you're breastfeeding them for 2 years. It means you've donated 3 kgs of your bones to that baby. And now erosion of the iron based on menstruation, and it depletes your bone and calcium density. So for most ladies, we'll say that you're losing your teeth. I know some ladies laugh like this because you're hiding that you're losing teeth already. So the concentration of calcium is in your teeth. That's why you're losing it. So after giving birth, you can't bend because the back, most ladies will tell me they're experiencing a lot of back pains. For the gentleman who drives a lot, you seated and you're driving from time to time, the back pains. And if already you're experiencing this, then we're finding, there's a lady who amused me the other day. She was bending over and she was eating soil. And actually in her bag, she had stones from Bomongo. You know, the ladies that eat a lot of stones? This is a craving for calcium. So if you're already chewing your stones, we can have a talk. We can help you. And problem of 80% of women who have low bone mineralization. We are losing, you remember the time when ladies used to wear a lot of stilettos? Eh? They are called pumps, according to where I came from. So now that you're not having enough calcium, you can't wear that. You hear them say, these shoes are killing them, because now the stiletto is really hurting the feet. So women after menopause suffer very serious low bone height. So glucosamine sulfate is what we're giving you as a biological role for halting and reversing joint pains and degeneration of the cell. So chondroitin would help you with connective tissues in your joints, highly refined to help the body in terms of fortifying the bones, and for giving you that flexibility. If you want to be as flexible as you were when you were 10, 5, 17, all that, we can give you that back in terms of giving you a smooth, freely maintaining that level of fitness. Gives you the body the boost it requires for fluidity. If you want to be as flexible as you want, and some family planning like Depo-Provera contributes to us thinning of bones, leading to osteoporosis. So bones become more vulnerable to fractures and damages. So you're finding most people who are having all these discomforts that are contributing to your degenerative changes of your skeleton. After 35 years of age, 30% of your bone mass is spent already. So childbirth also takes 30% of your bone mass away, leaving your bones more porous. So your bones begin to reabsorb faster than the new bones are being made. So that means that when you are over withdrawing from your bank account, let's say your bone account, your skeleton account, then this means that when the body is reabsorbing the bones and the minerals from your skeleton, then we are weakening it as we use it. So the osteopenia and osteoporosis, when now bones become more vulnerable to fractures and damage. For men, this also, when there is low testosterone, also increases the risks of having that. Then some men take nicotine, you smoke. So cigar reduces your calcium intake. So osteomalacia or rickets, you're finding the bones are becoming soft, and when now the deficiency of vitamin D is added to that, then also other people develop kidney diseases. So it's a cyclical problem that is turning around. So kidney is important for production of vitamin D. So hormone converts it to vitamin D for calcium absorption. So prevention of osteomalacia and rickets in children is also something that we do. So if you're finding a long time ago, we used to think Chinese were short people who are small in body size, but they discovered a secret in calcium. So now they are giving more of their children calcium, and you're even finding taller Chinese. What does that mean? That did you know that zaminocal is very good for the cardio of the heart and the muscles? for balancing the minerals in the zinc in terms of diverse minerals that are useful to you, and also for maintaining activity of your shock absorbers and preventing friction. Glucosamine inside this program would help production of collagen and actually giving you the force you need for the body to be strong enough and for the muscles to be able to carry you to wherever you want. So for most friends, we'll give these food building solutions so that we can address the gaps and the pain in the neck, the lower back, difficulty climbing stairs. Even if your parent is already experiencing these problems, ours is to give you the solutions that will help in the long run. So if you've experienced problems for 5 years, 10 years, that accident, that incident, that falling, that problem that you had in the past, ours is to give you the building blocks so that you can enjoy your health the best, to the better scenario, and even live your life to its fullness without having pain everywhere. So we assist you from bone loss in terms of we give you the minerals to prevent breakdown of your bones, and for lost collagen and structure of your skin also is important. So if there is vitamin D inactivity, will also help in terms of preventing osteomalacia, that's the soft bone in adults, which contributes towards fracture. So now, where is the value in this? In terms of giving you the components that would help your body work better, and two, also for preventing problems that are associated with the diet, especially when we give you calcium. Calcium is very important for your blood clots. So the nerve function, the muscle contraction, cellular interaction, when the cell is communicating with another, that cellular interaction involves calcium. So what we do is we put calcium inside your body so that you can enjoy it to the fullest in terms of your life. And also our calcium has selenium, which removes heavy metal from your body. And when we give you these products, it's a lifelong advantage for the bone and also supporting healthy joint function and correcting the wear and tear that happen because you're using them, your joints. So most women after menopause complain of bone height, the fractures and iron deficiency, because from time to time she's been losing a lot of iron. Then we go out of our way to provide calcium that maintains the concentration of blood and also improves the balance of magnesium, selenium, and zinc. So the solution here is to provide you with the amazing product that would give you the solutions you're looking for. So this is now the bone structure. If we give you this, it improves your body shape, the structure, the support. Then it protects your ribs, it protects your heart, the lungs, the skull, the brain is protected, and the spinal cord is also taken care of. Now, these are the most active, these are the areas where most people experience pains. So our role is to provide the solution in terms of giving you Anthro Extra to take care of the cartilage and also joint tissue to prevent it from degenerating. So when we prevent osteoarthritis, gout, we improve your mobility in terms of flexibility and also to address arthritis in its totality. So how does this come in terms of taking care of your movement and making sure the surface is not rubbing, provide the bone support that you require to move without pain? So areas that are most easily injured could be shoulder joints, the knee. For aging people, the knee actually is a major support for your daily activities. We're also taking care of your hip in terms of if you fall down from time to time, and the ankle. If you are a sports person, the ankle really keeps you moving. So that's also very good. So this is to enhance your movement, especially the muscles, the tendons, the ligaments, and to produce that movement Also, your bone also is very important for producing red blood cells. So if you want very good blood count, we are ensuring that your bone is functioning properly. We are ensuring that you're developing, you're manufacturing the right platelets to make sure that the blood clot is happening. This is where white blood cells are formed. So giving the body the protection it requires. So if you look at the blood cell formation in terms of blood cells, white blood cell platelets, all are produced in the bone marrow. So by giving you our support, we're also ensuring that you're storing enough calcium, the right minerals and phosphorus in your body. So the bone stores up to 99% of the calcium that you require and 85% of the phosphorus. So that storage would also be very important for your daily life upkeep. So when it comes to the joint structure, we are talking about the skeletal system. We are talking about your cartilage, your ligaments, the synovial fluid, the tendons, and the synovial membrane. So this work better in terms of giving you the collagen, that special protein that helps intercellular function and gives you that flexible connective tissue that keeps your motion going. And this really coats the surface so that there's no wear and tear and cushioning the bones against impact, especially if you jump from a higher level to the next. So the ligament is a fibrous connective tissue that attaches the bone to the next bone and serves to hold the structures together. So if we look at the function of the ligament, especially for the tissue to connect and also to hold them into place. Synovial fluid is the synovia, is viscous or probably the lubricating fluid that helps prevent friction in terms of the bones rubbing against another bone. So the synovial fluid that we give you is to enhance movement and also to enable you to move from to have that smooth cartilage to be able to move without pain. And also we are looking at how best can we keep that synovial serving you until 100 without pain. Now, so there's an evolution of osteoarthritis. The normal joint provides you the average movement. Then now when the cartilage starts thinning, then you're finding that the ouchy feeling, you having, then it goes to bone spurs where now it's forming fragments. So typical sites of joint pain could be around the hand. There are people who can't play keyboards. There are people who can't kneel when they're praying. There are people who can't meditate. There are people who can't, like if you spend a lot of time working on a computer, your neck would have particular strains. Then if you drive for a long time, your hip and your spine. For people who've had accidents, probably we can also help you with that. So according to data and facts, you're finding that 9.6 men are already experiencing this. 18% of women who are above 40, 50, 60 are already talking about osteoarthritis. So 80% of osteoarthritis patients have limitations when it comes to movement. Then 25% cannot even carry an activity. So if you look at the prevalence of osteoarthritis, we're finding more women are more prone to osteoarthritis than men. So you're finding the reddish color is representing the female. So we can take proactive action in terms of helping the ladies to cope and also preventing things like arthritis. These are the leading cause of disabilities of people who are not able to move without a walking stick also. So when you are discussing osteoarthritis, the degeneration of the cartilage inside of the joint, then you're looking at the genetics. If it's more in the family, the weight, if you're obese, probably an injury, an overuse. If you're a sports person like me, probably you overuse your joints. Then it could include pain, tenderness, stiffness, especially stiff joints. If someone sits for long, now standing up becomes a major issue. You find the bones are locking. Sometimes you find this friend of yours would complain of pain if they have to use hot water from massages and painful movement, atrophy of their tendons and their joint muscles. So how can we treat osteoarthritis? Most people would go through losing weight, aerobic exercises would play a big role. But the treatment, if you don't want to be on medication for a long time, and if you don't want to take painkillers every other time, you're finding that most people who address the pain killing aspect end up developing ulcers. So physical therapy, having to pay the consultant every other time because you are having a strain or two. My objective is also to prevent people from over-dependent on painkillers. That's also very key part of my role. Then you can prevent joint replacement. You don't have to keep on flying to India or China for your hip to be addressed or for that joint to be addressed. So key on my agenda is to help as many people to have joint movements without over-depending on drugs. So what are our solution points? So we give you solutions to prevent inflammation, solution for your knee, for your hip, for your back pain. And this is to repair joints without having to go for surgeries or painkillers. My top product is called Zaminocal. Zaminocal is zinc, calcium, selenium, and it's amazing for making sure that you're able to move without pain. So this is amino acid chelate, and we give you zinc. Zinc is amazing for healing. And the selenium yeast works wonders. We also give magnesium that boosts bone development and prevent osteoporosis. Then we lubricate your joint using glucojoint. Glucojoint is like a painkiller, amazing for restoring cartilage and also helps lubricate and provide relief to your joint. Then one of my best friends is Anthro Extra. Anthro Extra is glucosamine and chondroitin, which regenerates and sorts the pain. And also for that aging joint, it is amazing for addressing that problem. Then you're finding people who are talking about uric acid. Like in Ngong, there's a lot of alcohol being consumed and a lot of red meat. So if you're having very high uric acid in your system, that it accumulates around the joints, we can give you Novel, Antida, Anthro Extra, and Micro 2. Works wonders in terms of preventing gout. And this dissolves the uric acid in terms of giving you a chance now to live your life without a problem. So Anthro Extra protects your cartilage in terms of preventing wear and tear of the joint tissue, ensuring that there's no degradation of your joint, and also facilitates you reducing osteoarthritis. You don't have to wait until you are in pain to start. You can prevent. So these products are preventive, but just in case you crossed over, your synovial fluid is not working properly, then we can take care of your joints in 3 weeks, depending on the extent of damage. If I give you Anthro Extra, Zaminocal, and Micro 2, I would have done a significant thing for your joint in terms of repair. For children, we give Dr. Cow. And for pregnant women, Dr. Cow is what I issue for making sure that you're able to prevent that knee weakness, swelling of joints, limited joint movements. We address your joint by addressing the nerves and making sure that if I give you Zaminocal, the thing of insomnia, lack of sleep, this zinc and selenium really helps you with your sleep. Then stops you from being vulnerable to fractures. Things like osteoporosis, where there's hollow bones, severe hunchback. You see people with hunchback, we give zinc, selenium for that. Fertility issues. And for people who are immunocompromised, if you give them zinc, you would have done something very good for them. On top of that list, if you look at the difference in the products, so if I give you Zaminocal, I'm addressing the bone. If I give you glucojoint, what I'm doing is I'm preventing minor joint ailments. Anthro Extra would prevent chronic arthritis. So this combination is to look at your joint bone, to look at your cartilage, to look at the holistic joints in your body. I know your body has about 230 different joints. So mine is to provide solutions and to look at how best to improve your cartilage, your tendons, your joint tissue, so that you can live to 100 without lifestyle issues. Now, what is important here is that we look at how best to provide the glucosamine, which simulates and also protects your joint, your knees, and we make sure that there's no inflammation. So if there's swelling, we repair it, we nourish the bone so that you can have very, very, very fluid movement. So we can either combine glucogen and zaminocal, or we can give you anthro extra and zaminocal. It's double effect in terms of body repair. And also, if you look at how best you can have very good bone health support, research has shown that calcium is an antidote for osteoporosis, which is now, when we give you the building minerals that allows your body to absorb the vital nutrients, then this is now where now we make sure that osteoarthritis is not part of your system. Now, where do we start? We start by looking at the concern you have for your cartilage, and we address it by ensuring that you're able to travel, you have to go, you can sport, you can have as much sport as you want, you can enjoy playing your piano. And like most painkillers, our products, you can go for 3 months to have a holistic repair. So when you take the synergy on Anthro Extra, and we can also include NMN to helpful way in which proper joint function, preventing work-related joint injuries worldwide. So those problems that are debilitating can be a thing of the past, making sure that the disability that come because of brittle or fragile bone mass is taken care of, and addressing inflammation, especially if we inhibit problems that come because of swelling and all that. So Anthro Extra, when taken for 3 months, would prevent that joint injury. In terms of, if we give you chondroitin and glucosamine, what we're doing is that we ensure that fractures are not part of your system. So if you're already having ulcers because of addressing a joint problem, if you're above 40 and you're driving, if you're practically an active person, every other time there's mechanical wear and tear, typically pain in the weight-bearing places is a no-no for most of us. So we want to maintain your structure. We are giving you the natural shock absorbers to take care of that. Now, where do we start? We are looking at condition 1, where a parent cannot climb stairs. And this is painful for most people to watch. So you're going to aid them to walk upstairs. You're seeing that their hands are swollen, the joints are deforming, and you're watching. You know, we can honor our parents. If you have a parent, if you have someone who is a spiritual father or something, you can gift them with this. You can't wait for their birthdays. You can lubricate that joint. You can do better than what we are doing currently. We can't watch them suffer. So the substance here that improves the cartilage, the glucosamine, the matrix involved here is to ensure that you're getting the component without having to go into osteoarthritis, which now a common degenerative joint problem that is claiming about 21 million people currently. Now, the largest weighing problem could include the pain, the stiffness in the joint, reduced range of motion. And for the cartilage, we want it to permit the bones to rotate, glide, roll upon each other smoothly, easily giving you that walking and preventing acute micro-injuries that we can prevent. And when you look at chronic inflammations, these repeated injuries, because you took too long to take precautions, this is a program that we will nicely take care of so that you can prevent the degeneration of the same. Now, when we give you Anthro Extra, we are giving a long-term repair of all injuries. What that means is that if there's deterioration due to aging, the component we have here would improve the joint and the connective tissues. So the physical function would improve now that you can squat, you can reach out for something down under, and the enzymes would be improved in terms of helping the body prevent the inflammation, the inflammations that happen in the joints. Now, glucosamine does that for you. And this is amazing product for most of our friends. Then Anthro Extra is a solution for those back pains, for knee, and everything that the joint is begging to have. For instance, if there's pain and discomfort, struggling to move, if you're unable to drive, if you're unable to, to move without fluidity. So synergy of Anthro Extra really does well for joint function and then supports your exercise regime. If you're an active person like me, you want to move around without having the wear and tear. You also are looking for products that can give you what is missing in the gaps in the diet in terms of the development of your bones without having to over-rely on anybody's painkillers. Okay, then second to that, we also give chondroitin. Chondroitin is amazing for addressing joint damage and for bone diseases. For instance, increasing glucosamine concentration in your system to relieve joint pains and also to give the joint moisture so that you can move without straining. Now, if we nourish your joint this way, then probably you can reach out and do much more. If you are an active outdoor person, the 230 body parts that are in your body would appreciate you for that. In terms of mobility, in terms of joint problems, worldwide fractures can be reduced. Then take good care of every part of your joints in terms of ensuring that you're flexible. You can do any type of yoga exercise. You can squat, you can pee, you can run. And this is, the logic is to actively lubricate that body to maintain the cartilage and also to give you the honor you're looking for. Even if you're getting to a level, to an age where you're advanced in age, you can still be carefree in terms of going to the gym. And glucojoint really improves the gastric acid in your system. So that's now would help the glucosamine and would also help absorption in terms of peak value for the body. All right. So this is the science behind it. The clinical studies have been done in terms of longer lasting relief to pain. We make sure that I know in most chemists, you can be asked, unataka placebo ama original. But ours is giving you the results you're looking for, caring for your joint and your cartilage, and for keeping the fit people in terms of overcoming the discomfort that most people experience from time to time. Now, if we give you Zaminocal and glucosamine, what we're doing is that we're enhancing your movements. So you can pick your pen even at 90, and damaged joints can be repaired from time to time. We are preventing osteoporosis, that deformation that comes because of the wear and tear of your joints. We are preventing rheumatoid arthritis, where you're finding inflammations are extended to the whole body. So synovial fluids and oiling every part of your joints. So inflammations and pains can be a thing of the past. If you're taking our products, what we're doing is that we're also strengthening your spinal column in terms of your back pains cannot be there. And also we are keen on giving you selenium, which is antioxidant, an antioxidant that is blocking inflammations in your body. Then if you are a person of alcohol and nyamchom, here is a product that does well for friends who also wear very high shoes. And this is to ensure that your hairline, you're moving without bones rubbing, and you don't have to have discomfort because of lacking essentials to build your bones. So be it bone mineralization, this is proper for giving you that advantage to have very good bone health. And my role is to give you calcium. This calcium has zinc, selenium, and magnesium, which works together in terms of making sure that you're able to move very well without having a discomfort in your joint. Now, so Zaminocal would help so many women to have very good health. And this is a product that I give to so many people to prevent osteoarthritis. And we are making a difference even for the young children, especially the adult who's always working and vigorous. And for the aged who now need to exercise and also to be productive in the society. to prevent things like juvenile arthritis and all that. So calcium would help in terms of one, your teeth and your bone strength, and for blood clotting, nerve function, muscle construction, and cell interaction. And every day you need like 1,000 milligrams of calcium to be productive the whole day. So my role is to do exactly that, ensuring that you're having the right dosage for calcium. And once that is done, the zinc element of the calcium cleans cholesterol, strengthens the immune system, cares for your skin, and also very good for development of your sexual organ. So zinc is amazing for your intelligence and also for a trace mineral that you need every other time. So how does this work? In terms of selenium, would also a powerful antioxidant for your brain, but also for preventing particular risk of cancers, very good for your heart health, and also for taking care of your thyroid. If you look at most people who are forgetful, I would still recommend selenium, which helps so much in terms of the immune system. And other benefits of magnesium would include strengthening the bones, preventing osteoporosis. We are addressing issues of preventing blood pressure. We're also looking at your sleep and also for preventing premenstrual syndromes that most ladies experience. So the best solution is by balancing your diet and giving you nutritional supplements that are able to answer to that. So a product like Zaminocal, high absorption to 95%, but calcium would build your bones, and the grade that we're giving is amazing for even people who experience osteoporosis, weakening of bones, weakening of nails. So this is a component that I'm keen sharing with as many friends as possible, and also to give as many people intentions of having very good health. For you to take care of your grandma and every other person that you care about, whether they're middle-aged or people who are post-menopausal women, and making sure that they're able to be productive, the pregnant woman next door, teenagers who are growing and they're boosting their bone strength. So this program is to keep you active and to make sure that you're able to move to 100. Works wonders for every person around you, because all of us have joints. You cannot say that you delegate your joints to another person. We want to walk to our grave singing Amazing Grace. So these products provide the safety you're looking for towards making sure that your bones are working better. And I thank you for choosing us as your trusted health partner. My role is you can also share with me your location, and once the payment is done, I can always bring it your way. Thank you so much.